AskReddit by MR Cats. What is the most creative insult you've ever heard? It could be that the purpose of your life is to serve as a warning to others. Jolly good and so evil. My wife says that I have the fashion sense of a colorblind pimp, not saying she's wrong, though. I heard this one at work: having Bob on your team is like having two good workers quit. Lol, that second one is gold. Poor Bob. He's trying his best. Was golfing and stopped to pee on a tree. Didn't realize I was facing the direction of oncoming cart path and this guy yells out while driving by. Looks like a penis, only smaller. How long were you in the burn ward? A former co-worker was getting some shit from one of our customers. After the customer said something particularly bad, my co-worker looked him square in the face and said comments like, "That is probably why you're missing teeth." Your co-worker was probably right, lol. About 10 years ago a guy drove past me and yelled out the window, "Your mustache doesn't suit you." I'm still not over it. I hope you're not a woman, cause that's just devastating. I did not attend his funeral, but I sent a nice letter saying I approved of it. Mark Twain. Mark Twain once said about Jane Austen, "It seems a great pity that they allowed her to die a natural death." When I was in high school there was a student that was upset about the grade he received on a project. He asked the teacher why he got an F and the teacher replied, "Because we don't give out Ds." Edit. Wow. Thanks for the gold, stranger. I haven't looked at my phone all day because work was super busy. The teacher in question was truly a great person and was successful with dealing with at-risk students. The student neglected the project and it was evident. Mr. B did allow the student to continue working on the project to improve his grade. He made it clear that if you want to succeed you have to work for it. Also, he rode a Harley Davidson to school almost every day. Wow. Damn, that's cutting. First time I went to dinner at my BF's parents' house, he warned me his brother has the modesty and humility of a newly money trapper. He might try to suck his own cock during dinner. I need to know how that dinner went. There was a dude who went to be a prep cook in the restaurant I work at. Him and a waitress get into an argument, and he says your dildo must turn flaccid when you use it. He was fired the next day and me and a cook were yelled at by our boss for laughing. Worked in restaurants for about 4 years. There had been an attempted kidnapping in our city and we were talking about in the bar as we were all doing side work. I'd mentioned offhandedly how terrifying that must have been, and one of the cooks turned and said, "If you ever get kidnapped, just start talking and they'll return you." Bob banter is unmatched. Anyways, I dated that guy for 5 years. One of my sister's teachers would compliment someone's bovine grace if she was certain they would miss the insult. I always liked that one. Bovines can be really graceful though. https://yahoo.be/xzw2ibmrsjs. You mom had to think about other babies while breastfeeding you. First one in this whole thread that got me. Somewhere on Reddit a while ago, you look like someone who preheats the microwave. I read this comment on a post where a guy explained how amazing he felt after the first time that a girl asked him out. The first response: "Cool man." What breed was her guide dog? My father said something similar when I told them about the first time I kissed a girl. Did her guide dog bark at you or something? You think in low power mode. Lol, ouch. Wisdom has been chasing you, but you've always been faster. Reminds me one from a very old movie. If stupidity had wings you would be flying around like pigeon. I can only explain it to you. I can't understand it for you. I could try and make it easier for you to understand, but I'd need some crayons. He's hard on the eyes, my cousin describing my sister's new boyfriend. He's got a face made for radio. From Bob's Burgers. If she was a spice, she'd be flour. Similarly, I heard someone use no purpose flour as an insult, and for some reason that just broke me. I envy the people who haven't met you. I do desire we may be better strangers. Shakespeare. Have you ever considered the benefits of a frontal lobotomy? Overheard being said in a casual conversational manner by one man to another who was ranting about something. I honestly couldn't understand what. On a similar note from the comic strip Pearls Before Swine, have you considered hitting yourself in the head with a shoe until your brain restarts? One of my favorites is, I swear you've got 2 brain cells left and they're both fighting for 3rd place. My other favorite is, he's not the dumbest person alive, but he better hope they don't die. You are the human equivalent of a participation award. That one cut me deep for some reason. I would agree with you, however then we would both be wrong. Christopher Hitchens. Also Hitch, if you gave him an enema he could be buried in a matchbox. What he lacked in brains he made up for with stupidity has always stuck with me. Thank God you've been spared the ravages of intelligence, time bandits. When someone is being belligerent because their father is some bigwig. Do you know who my father is? No, your mother didn't tell you? Knowing your mother, it could be anyone. My absolute favorite is Eurostar, immeasurably dense and best viewed from a great distance. Ref had made some pretty shit calls that favored the other team. One of my teammates skates over to the ref. He has a beer belly, pats his stomach and says, "Oh, ref, I think you're pregnant. You've missed a few periods." The ref went ballistic and kicked him out of the game. It took a while for both teams to stop laughing. This reminds me of a story my dad always tells. Small town, Iowa. Baseball game. My grandfather is up to bat, and his father is the ump. He strikes out on a called 3rd strike and mutters quietly, "Ump, I think you missed that one." His dad replies, "I wouldn't have if I had a bat in my hands." You look like you have a favorite flavor of crayon. Leave the Marines alone. They will hurt you. You'd be very fortunate to get him to work for you. A former employer reference request. Subtle. Does your asshole ever get jealous of the shit that comes out of your mouth? For some reason yours reminded me of one from childhood. You think you're hot shit on a silver platter, but all you are is cold diarrhea on a paper plate.